Good day, audience. I, Abhishek Gupta, and my co-author, Saurabh Sharma from MPST-ME, NMIMS Shirpur campus, will be speaking on radio frequency identification and its applications in laptop tracking system, including a few other famous applications of the technology.
Our agenda for today is to give an overview on RFID, comparison with technology of the same kind, a detailed exploration of RFID in laptop tracking with the help of a case study, and then move on to other applications including asset management and attendance management. We will then conclude with the advantages and the disadvantages of RFID and its future prospects.
Let's start with the basics. So what is RFID? It is the use of radio frequency from the EM spectrum, and it forms the basic principle in identification of items that have the mechanism embedded into them or have them superficially. It is evolving as a strong successor to the barcode, with Walmart being one of the very first companies implementing the RFID in inventory and sales control.
Now let us have a comparison between the previously used barcode and the latest technology, which is RFID. In barcode we had limited applications, manual tracking and read-only memory. But in RFID we have global applications, real-time tracking, limitless possibilities, contains more than just IDs, automatic tracking and read and write memories as many number of times.
Now what Saurabh means by contains more than just IDs is that barcode just had the ID of the product, wherein RFID can have other data such as the manufacturing details, the destination to where the product is headed to, and the production place of the product too. It can have other data besides just IDs. The components of RFID are the tag, interrogator or receiver, controller and software. The RFID tag can be classified into active and passive. It proves a strong competitor to the barcode. Though barcode and the RFID tag both look somewhat similar, they are different, with the RFID tag having the latest advent in technology with extensions to the barcode such as support for different types of memory and also a section for control, logic and transmission and reception.
The interrogator, or more commonly the reader, is what comprises a fraction of remaining parts of the RFID system. Its primary function is to initiate data flow from the host computer and the tag. Designing has led to portable models with wired and wireless variants and having miscellaneous but important functions such as ability to uniquely identify a tag and provide supports for non-collision of signals.
The software component plays equally a good hand in RFID systems, categorized as middleware and application software. Application softwares are user-defined, meaning they are programmed as per the use of the customer or user. And the middleware software comes into elementary level of holding less abstract data, such as that in inventory control, and also providing software logical support for anti-collision implementation and reading and writing of data to the tag. The controller or PC workstation is basically placed on the user desk. It runs the application software component and includes database to store the data read from the tag.
We will have a look at the exact working of the RFID system. We have a tag. The internals of the tag are also shown. Next we have the reader, the host controller with Ethernet support for the reader to transfer the data collected onto it. The reader sends out a signal to read the tag, and any tag within the read range responds by the sending its data. The reader then relays this information onto the Ethernet to which the computer is connected, where further processing is done by the middleware and the application software.
Now let's have a look at the case study of laptop tracking. It's an application of RFID implemented by GRE Global Systems. The implementation has been quite cost efficient and has been a smart solution to the previously frisking of bags to check laptops.
Now this is the process of RFID being used in laptop tracking. We have a tag present in laptop bags, an interrogator which is installed inside security personnel. Application software is also installed in the PCs present inside the security personnel, and then the laptop and the laptop bearer's identification is done, and authentication is provided by the tag.
These are some screenshots from the case study. This mouse cursor, I mean, just have a look at it. So the first screen shows the user being enrolled. The second screen, this white screen, the data read from the tag is displayed here. Now as the data is not read, so it shows a blank screen. The third screen shows some photographs in yellow, red and white. The yellow one shows that the person is beyond validity. Red shows that the person is unauthorized. Whereas the white one is a general photograph showing that the user is authenticated. Some other applications, let's take asset management for instance. Assets are important business tools. So basically if assets are safe, the company flourishes and there is enhanced productivity. RFID in asset management is used to track assets of critical value. There is less human intervention, so less error prone. The advantages of RFID in asset management: increased productivity, improved asset maintenance, more secure, increased efficiency, reduced capital and operational costs. Some examples of asset management: port, garage and container yard. RFID can be applied to manage any of the assets in these areas.
Now some other application, it may be attendance management. The management of workplace attendance is an important aspect of supervision in the workplace. The indirect costs often exceeds the direct cost of absenteeism. Effective supervisory efforts will result in substantial savings, increased productivity and morale. Attendance plays a very important role for any student to go in for an examination. Now this is the RFID in attendance management, which can be explained properly by Abhishek.
First, let's take classroom attendance. The students are tagged with an RFID tag. There is an interrogator at the school gate or at the entrance of each classroom. Students passing through the gate or the classroom door are identified by the RFID reader, and the data read by the tag is passed on to the controller in a server room and data is stored in database. The second is employee attendance management. Each employee is tagged. There is a reader at the gate of the company. Each employee coming in is identified and his authentication is stored in a database at a central server. The database can be accessed by controller or the PC.
Now the advantages of the RFID in attendance management are centralized collection of data, efficient management of data, productivity increases, class and department allotment becomes much easier. Now the examples of attendance management, as we have already discussed, is classroom and workplace.
The conclusion is RFID is helpful in tracking assets, be it human or machine. It is used in inventory control and scope is limited only by your imagination of its implementation.
The advantages can be unlimited scope, mobility, reduced human intervention. Life is easier with RFID, isn't it, Abhishek?
Yeah, sure it is, but as we see, every new technology does have some disadvantages. Herein we see that the technology is expensive, it is still evolving, there is shortage of trained manpower and massive data aggregation. The future prospects can be that RFID can be extended to embedded systems. So the RFID chip can be embedded within the laptop, as we saw in RFID based laptop tracking system, and application software can be made web based. These are some references. Thank you.
Thank you for being patient listening, and you can always contact us if you have any queries at these email IDs mentioned in this slide. Thank you so much.